Welcome to Kunzy Podcast English. Have you ever felt paralyzed by the fear of failing? That heavy weight holding you back from chasing your dreams, from taking that first step, or even speaking up? What if I told you that fear, yes, fear itself, is not your enemy, but a powerful signal that you're on the brink of something great? Today, we're diving deep into how to overcome fear of failure, the secret rules that will help you break free, ignite your courage, and finally move forward with unstoppable confidence. Ready to change your life? Let's get started. Failure is not the enemy. Have you ever felt afraid at the thought of failure? That feeling is natural because failure is often painted as a dark monster blocking all our dreams and hopes. But what if I told you failure is not the enemy? That failure is actually an essential part of the journey toward success, a strict yet invaluable teacher full of the most precious lessons. Would you believe it? The greatest people, the successful figures you admire, are not those who have never stumbled, but those who have fallen the hardest and risen the strongest. They have learned to embrace failure, turning it into strength and motivation to move forward, instead of letting it drown them in despair. Failure is not the end. It is a comma in the story of your life. It helps you see yourself more clearly, the limits, the weaknesses to improve, and the values you truly want to protect. When you learn to turn every failure into a lesson, you not only grow, but also become more resilient and unbreakable in the face of every challenge. Think of an artist. Every ruined painting or wrong note is a step closer to a masterpiece. Likewise, failure is the brick building the path to your success. Something magical happens when you change how you see failure. You are no longer crushed by it, no longer scared to step into the unknown. Instead, you become freer, stronger, because you understand that no great success comes without failure. No brilliant breakthrough happens without painful falls. Failure teaches you how to stand up when everything seems to collapse, how to persevere when doors slam shut. It reminds you that you can fail, but you are not a failure. Do you know how the greatest success stories are written? They are filled with rejections, dreams seemingly buried, challenges that seem impossible to overcome. But what makes the difference is they never stopped. They kept going despite exhaustion, kept believing despite doubt, kept dreaming despite rejection. And you, listening to me now, can be the same. Failure is not meant to break you, but to forge you into a winner. Are you ready to turn failure into your companion on the journey to conquer your dreams? Don't give up. Don't avoid it. Face it, learn from it, and use it as a springboard to rise. Because only when you dare to embrace failure will you truly begin to live your life fully and meaningfully. And that journey, I promise you, will be full of miracles waiting just ahead. Let's move forward together, where failure is not an end, but the beginning of an incredible success story no one could have imagined. Facing your fear. Fear is a visitor that often arrives uninvited, whispering doubts and planting shadows in our minds. But here's the truth. Running away from fear only gives it more power. Instead of hiding, what if you paused, took a deep breath, and turned to face it directly? Imagine sitting down quietly, looking your fear straight in the eyes, and asking yourself one simple but life-changing question. What is the absolute worst that could happen? When you dare to imagine the darkest possibility, the loss of money, the sting of rejection, the embarrassment that seems unbearable, you start to see that these fears, while uncomfortable, are not as terrifying as your mind made them out to be. Fear, once named, begins to lose its grip. It no longer controls your every move because you've brought it out from the shadows into the light of your awareness. Naming your fear is like turning on a light in a dark room. The unknown becomes known. What once felt like a towering, invisible monster suddenly reveals itself as something tangible, manageable, even conquerable. It's the first step toward breaking free from the chains that hold you back. By confronting your fear head-on, you shift from being a prisoner of your doubts to becoming the master of your destiny. And here's another powerful truth. Fear, no matter how daunting, is rarely the end of your story. It's often just a doorway, an invitation to grow, to step into a stronger version of yourself. When you meet fear with courage, when you look it in the face and say, "I see you, but you will not stop me," you reclaim your power. Think about this. Every successful person you admire has faced fear. The difference is they didn't let it freeze them in place. They acknowledged it, planned for it, and moved forward anyway. That's how greatness is born, from walking through fear, not running from it. So don't run. Don't hide. Sit with your fear, name it, understand it, and then take the brave step forward. Because beyond that fear lies your true strength, your untapped potential, and the life you've been longing to create. Fear is not your enemy. It's your signal to rise. You can endure anything if you have faith. After you have courageously faced your fears and looked straight into the darkness, now it's time to ask yourself a crucial question. Can I endure the worst that could happen? This question is not just a test of your willpower. It is the deepest conversation you will have with your soul. It is the moment you truly see the real strength inside yourself that you might never have realized before. Most of the time, you will discover that you can endure far more than you ever imagined. Not because life is not harsh, nor because challenges are painless, but because you are stronger than anything threatening to break you. Even when you feel exhausted, hurt, and tempted to give up, the truth is you possess a remarkable resilience deep within your spirit. When you acknowledge and believe that you can overcome everything, fear loses its grip on you. Fear no longer acts as a barrier that stops you from moving forward. Instead, it becomes the driving force that propels you onward. This is the moment you cease to be a victim of circumstances. You rise up. Take control of your life with confidence and unwavering determination. This is the most important turning point in your journey. When you realize that no matter what happens, you can stand firm. This faith is like a flame burning brightly in your heart, fueling your strength to fight, to keep going, no matter how rough the road ahead may be. Imagine yourself as a warrior standing amidst life's storms, not trembling, not retreating, but advancing with steadfast resolve. That is the deep essence of humanity, the extraordinary, limitless endurance and the courage to conquer yourself. And you know what? When you know you can endure anything, you have truly freed yourself from the chains of fear. You begin to see hardships as valuable lessons, as challenges that help you grow and become stronger. They are no longer obstacles, but stepping stones leading you to success and happiness. So hold on to that faith always. Whenever life throws difficulties your way, remember that you have the strength to overcome them. Faith in yourself is the most precious gift you can give yourself on this journey. You don't just live to survive. You live to conquer, to take charge of your life, and to become the best version of yourself. Preparation is the armor of the brave. Life never waits for us to be ready. It doesn't favor those who only dream or sit waiting for miracles. Instead, it challenges us with hardships, unexpected falls, and pains we never imagined. Only those who truly prepare themselves can stand firm amid the storm. Preparation is not just about making plans or predicting what might happen. It's a long journey of self-discipline, building strength from within, skills, mindset, knowledge, and relationships. When you prepare, you no longer remain passive, influenced by circumstances. You become active, controlling the game, shaping your destiny with intentional choices. The armor of the brave isn't a shield that helps you avoid all pain, but a protective layer that helps you stand tall, walk through every challenge without breaking. It is confidence built from knowledge, resilience formed by practice, and the peace of mind that no matter the worst, you can face it and survive. Remember, no one wins without failure, but a true winner is not someone defeated by failure. They are those who prepared for it, learned from it, and grew stronger with every rise. Preparation is the path that turns fear into power, challenges into opportunities. So never neglect preparation. Whether it's learning a new skill, gaining knowledge, building relationships, or managing finances, every step equips you with a piece of your strong armor. When you wear that armor, you no longer fear the unknown or feel overwhelmed by difficulties. Instead, you're ready to face, conquer, and turn them into stepping stones to success. You'll realize that a brave person is not one who is fearless, but one who prepares to walk through fear, knows how to rise stronger after every stumble. And when you achieve that, you not only protect yourself, but open the door to a life of freedom, power, and meaning. Acting while still afraid. There is an undeniable truth. Fear is an inevitable part of anyone's journey towards their dreams. Unfortunately, many of us get trapped in the illusion of waiting for a day when we are brave enough, a day when we feel confident enough, and end up never starting at all. They think that without fear gone, they cannot act, they cannot take the leap. But the truth is quite the opposite. You need to understand that action is not the consequence of courage. Rather, action is what creates courage. Courage is not a state of being numb to fear, but the ability to stand up and move forward, even when your heart trembles and your pulse races with anxiety. Every step you take outside your comfort zone, no matter how small, is a tremendous victory over fear. Imagine a warrior without armor standing at the edge of a cliff, uncertain whether they can make it, yet stepping forward anyway. That is the symbol of true bravery. And you can do the same in your life. Don't wait until you are no longer afraid to begin. Because the truth is, fear will always be there, especially when you face great things, dreams that shake your very soul. Action is the only way to push back the darkness of fear. When you start doing, you create momentum, and that momentum pulls you forward, making fear fade and lose its power over you. Did you know that many of the most successful people in the world also face fear, just like you? But what sets them apart is this. They act, even when trembling, even when sometimes overwhelmed, they keep moving forward. That is the power of perseverance and an unyielding will. Above all, remember that courage is not the absence of fear, but knowing that despite the fear, you choose to keep going. That is the deepest essence of bravery. When you dare to act while trembling, while afraid, you not only conquer that fear, but also build a stronger, more resilient version of yourself. You don't need to wait for any miracles. Every small action, every tentative step carries immense value on this journey. Start today, right in the moment you hear these words, because only when you dare to act while still afraid will you truly become the master of your life, the creator of your own miracles. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is not an absolute state where fear ceases to exist. The truly brave are not those who never feel fear, but those who acknowledge it clearly and still keep moving forward. This is the great difference between those who run away and those who win. You'll find in every great story, heroes are not those who never tremble, never doubt, or never get haunted by fear. They feel fear just as deeply. They worry, they hesitate. But what sets them apart is that they refuse to let fear control their lives. They face it, embrace it, and use it as fuel to propel themselves forward. Courage does not come from perfection, nor from never making mistakes or never failing. It comes from being honest with yourself, from admitting that you are afraid, yet still choosing to step outside your comfort zone. I am scared, but I still go. This is the declaration of those who refuse to be imprisoned by fear. When you accept fear as an inseparable part of your journey, you will see it no longer as a barrier, but as a powerful fuel pushing you onward. Fear may make you tremble, but it can also become the strength that helps you overcome every challenge, every limit. Remember, courage is not about no longer feeling fear, but about doing great things despite the fear in your heart. This quality defines extraordinary people, those who make a difference in this world. You don't need to make fear vanish from your heart to be brave. You just need to learn to befriend it and keep walking your path, even if your steps are shaky and your heart uneasy, but never stopping. Never give up. The final rule, keep going. This is the last rule, and perhaps the most important one in every journey. Keep moving forward, no matter what. Even when you feel utterly exhausted, when your steps drag heavily on the ground, when disappointment and hardships weigh like insurmountable mountains, you must hold on and keep going. Did you know? Every great success story in the world started with someone standing at the edge of giving up. They too felt drained, overwhelmed by doubt, wanting to let go of everything. But what sets them apart is perseverance, the determination to push through that moment of despair and keep moving forward despite the pain and fatigue. Every time you fall, it's not a sign of failure, but an opportunity to learn, to grow stronger. But the most important thing is not how many times you fall, but how many times you stand up again. When you rise, you show victory not just to yourself, but to fate itself. This is how winners write their own stories. Hold on to your spirit, no matter how dim the light at the end of the tunnel might seem. As long as you don't stop, you are getting closer to your goals day by day. Don't let difficulties or failures make you falter. Life rewards those who are persistent, not those who quit, and it honors those who remain steadfast until the very end. Remember, the final and strongest rule: keep going. Keep moving forward, no matter how rocky the path or how tired you feel. This is the secret to lasting success and happiness. The true story of J.K. Rowling. 12 rejections, but never giving up. Imagine a young woman full of dreams and an unrelenting desire to become a writer. She pours her heart and soul into her first manuscript, filled with passion and burning hope. But when she sends it out to publishers, she receives rejection letters not once, but 12 times. 12 times. Each rejection is a heavy blow to her confidence and determination. People say she's not talented enough, not marketable enough, or simply that her story has no place in the industry. Can you imagine how that feels? How many times would you want to give up after hearing those words? She stood at the edge of despair, but instead of collapsing, she chose to keep moving forward. On the 13th submission, a small publisher took a chance on her. That book, you know it well, was Harry Potter, a symbol of magic and undying belief that has touched millions of readers worldwide. If she had given up after the 12th rejection, the world would never have known the magic, never have entered the legendary world of the boy wizard. J.K. Rowling's story teaches us a precious lesson. Success doesn't come on the first try, nor from luck, but from persistence, from refusing to give up despite repeated failures. Sometimes just one more try, one more submission can change your life and even the world. So, will you keep going or give up? This is your life? Don't let others decide for you. Have you ever stopped to wonder, does your life truly belong to you? Or have you ever let the words of others, their doubtful eyes, and their shaking heads cloud your desires and dreams? This is one of the most dangerous traps we fall into, letting others decide for us, letting outside voices drown out the voice within. People around you may not understand you. They may not know what you've been through to stand here today. They don't see the sleepless nights you wrestled with fear, the days you gritted your teeth through pain, or the silent tears you shed alone. Yet they are ready to judge, doubt, and say you're not good enough, not strong enough, not realistic enough. They say, "Why dream so big? Life isn't easy. You will fail." But do you know what? The greatest dreams always start with small stories, with stumbles that seem impossible to overcome. If you let those words crush you, you'll never know what's waiting ahead. The amazing successes, the extraordinary stories of inspiration only you can create. Now is the moment to ask yourself, do I want to live a life decided by others? Or will I rise and claim the right to steer my own life? No one has the right to steal your dreams but you. And if you're hearing these words now, know you're not alone. Every successful person has faced countless doubts, been denied, been underestimated. What sets them apart is they never let those things extinguish their inner fire. Life is a one-way journey with no duplicates. Be the only one to write your story. Don't fear mistakes. Don't shy from ridicule. Don't let others' doubts shake you. Walk forward with unbreakable faith, because only then will you be truly free, and only then can you reach the heights you've dreamed of. And remember, the greatest wonders are still waiting for you ahead. The things only those who refuse to give up will ever see. Are you ready? Your life is waiting for you to step in and own it. Keep going, even when no one cheers for you. There will be days when you walk alone, with no one believing in you, no cheers ringing out, no hand gently patting your shoulder saying, "You've got this." In those moments, the world seems to turn its back on you, and the silence may make you doubt yourself more than ever. But it is precisely at those times that you must be stronger than ever. You must keep moving forward, even if it's just one small step, even if your feet are tired and heavy. Because every step you take is not just a journey ahead. It is a silent affirmation that you have chosen yourself. You choose hope amid countless doubts. You choose persistence instead of giving up. You choose to be a winner on your own challenging path. You don't need anyone else's approval because this life is yours, and you deserve the dreams you are chasing. Don't wait for someone to come and give you strength, because the real power lies within your own heart. Those who persevere, those who never quit, even when no one is by their side, are the ones who create miracles. Step forward with burning faith in your heart, and you will see that, no matter how rugged and long the road is, it will eventually lead you to success. A success that is not only a destination, but a testament to your willpower and courage. So, right now, are you ready to keep going? Because the journey is just beginning, and only you can write the next chapter of your story. Fear is not the enemy. It's your companion. For so long, we've been taught to fight fear, to defeat it at all costs. Fear is seen as a monster lurking in the shadows, waiting to paralyze us, to stop us from chasing our dreams. But what if that whole narrative is wrong? What if fear isn't a villain, but a vital companion walking right beside you on your journey? Imagine fear as a stubborn, noisy travel partner who refuses to be ignored. Sometimes it shouts, sometimes it whispers, and yes, sometimes it even makes the path steeper and the journey harder. But here's the truth. Fear can never decide your destination. It only signals that you are on the edge of something meaningful, something that truly matters to your soul. The real power lies not in trying to eliminate fear, but in learning to live with it. Instead of wasting energy trying to crush it or run away, sit with it. Look it straight in the eye and say, I see you, I feel you, but I choose to move forward anyway. When you accept fear as a part of your experience, it loses its grip over you. It no longer controls your actions or your decisions. Instead, fear becomes a reminder of your bravery, because you keep going even when your heart races and your hands tremble. Walking with fear is a skill. It takes practice to turn the noise from panic into a rhythm that fuels your steps. Every time you choose to step forward despite fear, you strengthen your courage muscle. You prove to yourself that the worst-case scenario isn't as unbearable as your mind imagined. And each victory, no matter how small, builds momentum that carries you toward your goals. What if embracing fear as your companion, not your enemy, could change everything? What if that shift could unlock doors you never dared to open, unleash a confidence you never knew you had? This is the secret many never discover, because they spend too much time trying to silence fear instead of dancing with it. The journey isn't about being fearless. It's about moving forward, hand in hand with fear, step by step, until one day you look back and realize fear never stopped you. It only walked beside you. The power of those who never give up. Every time you choose to rise after a fall, every time you keep going when everything seems to be over, you are creating an extraordinary power within yourself, a power that not everyone possesses. It is not the power that comes from luck or innate talent, but the power of persistence, the determination to never surrender. What's remarkable is that you don't have to be perfect. You don't need to have all the skills. You just need to be persistent enough to keep moving forward day by day, no matter how difficult or rugged the path is, no matter how many times you stumble or get rejected. That power is not only the ability to endure challenges, but also a steadfast belief in yourself, a resilient faith that you can overcome any limit, that you deserve success, and that you can take control of your life. When you refuse to give up, you are not only building skills, but growing with every step, learning from mistakes, and turning difficulties into opportunities for progress. That is the true superpower, the ability to transform challenges into strength, failures into motivation, and hardships into a launchpad for the future. Not giving up doesn't mean you won't face failure or setbacks, but it means you won't let those failures dictate your life. Those who never give up always find ways to stand up, always learn from their mistakes, and keep moving forward with an undefeated spirit. Their true strength doesn't come from physical ability or natural skill, but from persistence, patience, and an iron will, a will that never yields to difficulties or challenges. More importantly, that strength is built day by day, moment by moment, through the small decisions you make to not quit, through every time you overcome feelings of exhaustion, discouragement, or self-doubt. Every time you keep going despite being tired, every time you stay hopeful in despair, you lay another solid brick in building your fortress of success. Remember, success is not a final destination, but the journey of those who keep trying, who keep fighting. Every persistent step you take is a testament to your willpower and your courage. Only when you hold fast to your faith and determination to never give up will you truly become a winner in this life, a victory that is not only measured by external achievements, but also by the triumph within your own soul. Conclusion: turn fear into fuel. In summary, there are 5 important rules to effectively face the fear of failure. First, change your definition of failure. Don't see failure as the end, but as a stepping stone to learn and grow. Second, learn instead of avoiding. When you face difficulties, view them as opportunities to gain experience rather than to run away. Third, focus on what you can control. Instead of worrying about things beyond your reach, invest your energy in actions you can take to improve the situation. Fourth, imagine the worst-case scenario and prepare for it. When you are ready to face every bad outcome, fear loses its power and you feel more confident. Lastly, keep going no matter what. Persistence and never giving up are the keys to overcoming all challenges. When fear arises, don't hesitate or let it stop you from moving forward. Use fear as motivation, as fuel for your journey of growth. Fear is not the end of the story. It is a sign that you are doing something meaningful, stepping out of your comfort zone and moving toward greater things. Turn fear into strength, and you will find yourself more resilient than ever before. Take action today. Don't wait for tomorrow. Sometimes we fool ourselves into thinking we need to be perfect, to have everything perfectly lined up before we start. But the truth is, that ready day might never come. If you keep waiting and procrastinating, time will slip away and you won't get anywhere. Successful people aren't those who wait for perfection. They are those who dare to start, even when they're not ready. Remember, every journey begins with that very first step, no matter how small. Saying a sentence in English, sending your first job application, uploading your first video, even if it's imperfect, or writing those initial lines. These are all actions you need to take today. Don't let fear or uncertainty become reasons for you to stop. Action is not only the way you move forward, but it's also the light that illuminates the path ahead, helping you overcome the darkness of doubt and anxiety. Every step you take, no matter how slow or shaky, is building inner strength bit by bit. So don't wait for someday. Start right now, because today is the only day you truly have to make a change in your life. Fear often stands in front of us like a huge door blocking the way, an invisible wall that makes us feel trapped. But here is the crucial truth you need to remember. You are no longer locked outside that door, because now you hold the key to open it. This key is not some magic or supernatural power. It is the courage, relentless perseverance, and deep self-belief you have built through every challenge and every time you stood back up after failure. With this key in your hand, you can step through the door, leaving behind the darkness of fear and entering the light of opportunity and true freedom. Life doesn't wait for anyone, and success doesn't come to those who hesitate. Remember, the moment to start is not tomorrow, not when you are good enough or ready by someone else's standards. It is right now, right as you listen or read these words. Every step, no matter how small, every shaky action you take matters more than you realize. Because only when you step beyond fear do you truly live and truly make a difference for yourself and the world around you. The greatest lesson here is, don't let fear decide your life. Turn it into your motivation, the power that pushes you forward. Believe that you deserve greater things, and you have the right to choose your own path. Never give up on your dreams. Never stop moving because of fear. Use that key to unlock the door of your life and embrace all the amazing things waiting for you on the other side. If you find this podcast helpful, don't forget to hit like and share it to spread this inspiration to more people. And be sure to subscribe to the channel Kunzy Podcast English so you won't miss the upcoming motivational content. Your journey to transform your life starts today. Walk it with faith and unwavering courage in your heart.